Hey guys! So in this video we are just going to run through why we believe that P&O Cruises could be a good fit for you.
So we have done 3 P&O Cruises now. We've done the Iona, the Britannia and the Arvia.
Yes.
Now we did a similar video because we've also done 3 MSC cruises. So we did a similar video on reasons why you should cruise with them.
Yep.
Because although I do believe that no cruise line is 100% perfect, I think, you know, there is a lot of positives to these cruise lines, and, you know, there's people sailing on them week after week, so there must be some reasons why they appeal to people. And I think sometimes if you go on the likes of TripAdvisor, you'd probably never leave the house because everything on there tends to be, you know, negative, and you know, whilst you may agree with some of the things that are on there, no one really mentions the positives of some of these cruise lines. So that's what we're here for today.
Yes. So P&O are a British cruise line. They predominantly sail out of Southampton. You can go a couple other places, you know, if you want to fly to places, but it's good for a lot of people that they just go Southampton because a lot of people don't like flying.
So P&O currently have 7 cruise ships in their fleet. So their newest ship at the moment is the Arvia, which we have sailed on. It's a lovely ship. So she did a maiden voyage in December 2022. So she's not even a year old yet. But she's got P&O's first swim up bar on there. She's got an American, even though she's a British cruise ship, she's got an American diner on there.
It's got mini golf.
Yes,
It's got a pay-for escape room.
P&O's first, like, skywalk.
Yeah, the high rope bridge
ropes,
kind of thing, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
The ones where you have to put an harness on and walk over ropes, them things.
She's also powered by LNG fuel, and she's the second ship after the Iona to do that.
And currently at the moment the itinerary is sailing around the Mediterranean and the Caribbean as well. And then passenger wise, normal full capacity is around about 5,200 people. Then it's also got the Iona, which is the sister ship to the Arvia. They aren't identical, there is a few differences. We have done a video on that one if you want to know what the differences are, because we have sailed both of them. It did its maiden voyage in August 2021, even though it should have been earlier than that. But COVID put that one on a bit of a hiatus, so there should have been an earlier maiden voyage for that. It doesn't have the mini golf and stuff that the Arvia does. It does have the first gin distillery at sea.
Oh, she does, yes.
So the Arvia does have that, and we believe it does rum maybe when it goes to the Caribbean. But the first gin, distillery was on the Iona. So if you're a big ginny, maybe that's a plus for you.
She's the ship for you. So like we said before, the Arvia is powered by LNG fuel, so liquefied natural gas. And the Iona was the first ship of P&O's fleet to be powered by that.
As it's a sister ship, it's got roughly the same capacity, so a full 2-person per cabin capacity is 5,200-ish.
So next up, you've got the Britannia ship. So we have also sailed on her as well. So she did a maiden voyage in 2015. So there was about a 6-year gap really from them having the Britannia with then the Iona coming along. So I suppose she was the newest ship for a good 6 years. She was christened by the Queen, which, you know, is a nice touch.
There's a nice picture of her in the atrium there with some flowers in front of it. Even though when we went on, somebody left a dirty cup outside of it, so don't leave a dirty cup in front of the Queen's picture, okay? Oh, and the Britannia is part of the Royal class fleet of ships. It's the only one not owned by Princess. Then they've got the Azora, whose maiden voyage was in April 2010.
They tend to have quite a few year gaps, apart from the Iona and Arvia. I've noticed that they tend to have quite a few gaps in between the launches of new ships.
Yes, this one and the next one was 2 years, like the Arvia and the Iona, and then it was a few years in between. But this the Azora has a maximum capacity of 3,096 passengers, and it has had a refit in 2015. Not a full refit, I don't believe. Only parts of the ship were refitted.
So there's, like we said before, we've done the 3 newer ships of the P&O fleet. We haven't done any of the 4 starting to get older ones yet, have we?
No. But and it did have the Union Jack painted on the front of it.
They added that to it, I believe.
To match the the other ships in the fleet.
So then next up you've got the Ventura. So like Kev says, there was a smaller gap between this and the Azora of a couple of years, because this did its maiden voyage in 2008. Again, it holds 3,192 passengers. So obviously, you know, the newest ships that they've launched, they started to get,
Everyone's
maybe
getting
compete
bigger,
with like the bigger cruise lines and tried to make these bigger ships. But I suppose if you like your, you know, smaller, more intimate ships, these ones might be more suited better for you.
Yeah, this one was christened by Dame Helen Mirren. Funny enough, there is a picture of her. I don't know if, because we didn't go in all the toilets, because that seemed like where they were on the on the arvia. They had pictures of different people at the ship's christening. There was one of Dame Helen Mirren's as you went into the toilets on one of the decks off the atrium.
We were laughing as well when we were on the arvia recently, because, you know, some of the older P&O ships were like Dame Helen Mirren and the Queen, and then the arvias is Nicole Schwarzenegger, one of the Pussycat dolls, and like they've gone from like a lovely Dame Helen Mirren to like a Pussycat doll. She's American, and
it just makes no sense for that one. And then the last two ships we're going to get into now are even smaller and both adults only ships. So if that's a big plus for you, you don't like them screaming kids running around while you're on a cruise ship, these are the ones to look out for you. So next up is the Arcadia. Its maiden voyage was in June 2004. And it holds 2,094 passengers. This ship was christened by Dame Kelly Holmes. Is that the runner?
Yeah.
Yeah, the runner. And then
the athlete.
The athlete. It's the second smallest ship in the fleet.
Right, so then last but not least, you've got the P&O Aurora. So again, she is another adult-only ship, and she is P&O's smallest and oldest ship in the fleet. So she did a maiden voyage in May 2000, so she's about 23 years old now, but she's still going, and I believe she had a refit in 2019. So I think you know, had a minor refit in 2019, and she was christened by Princess Anne. So got a few royal family members, didn't they, to do this?
I wonder if Charles will end up doing one.
He could be doing the next one. And speaking of the next P&O ship, I have tried to Google this, and there's nothing in the pipeline of any new ships that they're going to be doing. I can't see, because I know when I've Googled other cruise lines before, sometimes even the ones that they've got planned for in 3-4 years time, they've still got details of that. It might not be the name, but they've announced that a new ship is coming.
There's nothing. And
I don't believe that P&O have yet announced anything from the arvia. So like we said before, sometimes there tends to be big gaps in between. So is that maybe it now for the next 5 years? I don't know. We aren't in the know, but if you are, let us know in the comments.
Moving on to like itineraries and benefits now. So the 7 ships do sail to, I think it's currently about 68 countries. They could add more to that, because they do, you know, transatlantic kind of world ones as well, where you can go all different places. The one I'd like to do is the Scandinavian one. They do a 2-week one there. So like we said before, most of them sail from Southampton. So if you don't like to fly, you know, if you want to take as much luggage on as you want to, within reason, you can only fit so much in them cabins, then that's obviously a plus for you going from Southampton. They also, I believe they go from Malta, and I think their starting point in the Caribbean is Barbados.
I think, can you also fly from Tenerife? Or fly to and from Tenerife?
Can you? Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I know definitely Malta.
Yes.
I've seen fly cruises from Malta. Maybe Tenerife I might have seen.
Maybe. Not sure about that one. We've had friends who've done a transatlantic, so they flew to Barbados and got the Britannia back, and they were on a chartered flight. It was only P&O passengers on the flight, and it was only about half full, so they said it was pretty good doing that.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You could literally leave from Southampton, arrive back at Southampton, and avoid flying altogether.
Yeah.
You've got the option of, you know, we say if you're not a great flyer, but you don't mind maybe one way.
Yeah.
That's what's good about it.
That's if you're doing the transatlantic.
If you're doing the transatlantic
or the one
back,
going and fly back.
Yeah. And another great thing about P&O, because I believe not many other cruise lines let you do this, is that you can take drinks on there, so alcoholic drinks, non-alcoholic drinks, and there's no limit to that for soft drinks.
Yes.
So you can take as many soft drinks as you want that you can carry and fit in your cabin, which is great for us because we don't tend to have the drinks packages because we don't drink alcohol. So I know some don't let you take any soft drinks on, and they let you take unlimited, which is great. And alcohol wise, you can take your own on board, but there is a limit, and I do believe it's a litre of whether it's wine, spirits,
that's
or
what I believe it is.
a litre per person, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's either per person or per cabin. We'll stick up a thing, let you know what it is on the screen now. But it's great they let you do that, and like you say, for us, it's a massive bonus because we, on a 2-week cruise to Arvia, we took on 48 cans of pop on with us, and then when we were getting off at the ports, we were bringing more on.
We're bringing juice on.
And so that was great.
And next up, this is a massive help for some people. There's no gratuities to pay.
No.
Or they're included in the price of your cruise, depending on how you like to look at these things. Because this is a massive money saver compared to some of the massive lines like Royal Caribbean. I know on our NCL Prima one, on our 2-week cruise, I think it's close to £450 extra for both of us. We've got to pay in tips.
Well, I was just going to say, because they're almost identical in price, what we paid for 2 weeks on the Arvia and what we're paying for 2 weeks on the NCL Prima are literally, bar a few pounds, very, very similar in price. But then with NCL, we've then got the extra cost of the £400 and something to pay for gratuities. So, and that's for 2 of us. If you then add 2 children as well, that's £800 and something. That's a lot extra to pay. So the cruise lines like P&O that are, not paying you, they're saying that great service comes as standard and you haven't got to, pay extra for that. So, bonus.
Yeah. And then there's some really great deals to be had. Now, obviously, it's just the 2 of us, and we have done balconies, but we really don't mind an inside cabin. We find we prefer time out of the room around the ships and stuff like that. So at the moment, we're always going inside cabin. But, if you see one for a good deal where it's a tiny bit more than, which you can drop on.
Yes.
But that's how we personally save money and get better deals, is having an inside.
But have a look out, because I know they do like kids-free places and things like that. I mean, we paid £660 something for the both of us on the Arvia.
1600.
1600. Yes, sorry.
I wish it was £600.
£1,600 and something pounds. Again, we did have an inside cabin, but just looking now, I think I've seen a great deal on the Arvia for the transatlantic. It's doing later on in October, so there is some good deals.
Yeah, especially like I say, we have the inside, but we did work it out. If you paid all the extras on the Arvia with balcony and stuff like that, it went up to about £6,000. So, it can be expensive, but you can have some good deals.
I know this is getting off the topic of the video because this is reasons to cruise with P&O, but I know the drinks packages can be quite expensive with P&O.
Very expensive.
But then don't forget you've got the bonus of what we mentioned before of being able to take your own soft drinks and things on. So depending on, like you say, balconies, drink packages, if you aren't bothered about that, you can get some great deals.
Yeah. Now, they do what they call select fare.
Yes.
Which is where you pay a bit extra and you get some extra benefits for that. So you can pick your cabin. Obviously, booking your cruise earlier, you would get a better choice of cabins and stuff like that. You get a bit of onboard spends, and then you get the option to pick either a bit more onboard spends, have parking paid for, or get free coach transfers, which is a massive thing for a lot of people we spoke to. A lot of older people who don't like driving anymore.
Yeah, because especially if you're heading down to Southampton from the north, the Midlands, it's quite, we go from Stoke-on-Trent to South, so it's a good 4-hour drive, and if you're not comfortable doing that, like you say, you've got your coach transfers. So.
And sometimes you can really drop on where your select fare price, you get more than you pay in the select fare back in onboard spends.
Yeah.
We've seen the odd ones, not many, but I remember seeing one where it was about you pay £660 for your select fare, but you got £700 back in onboard spends, so you're already £40 in credit.
Yeah, so definitely looking like you said, it sometimes works out where you're not really gaining anything.
No.
We've seen the odd time,
yeah,
but there is some deals where, like you say, you're getting more back than what you're paying out, so why not take up that opportunity? So also as well with the select fare, I know that your Your shuttle transfers are included in the port, so there's no extra charge for that. You've already essentially paid for them, so there's no messing around with that. So you haven't got to worry about, you know,
extra charges on your bill
because you've got to get the bus into Valencia or something.
Which aren't much anyway. I think our bus was only £4, but if you're a family, it's going to add up each port.
Yeah, I was going to say P&O is probably, I know when we went with MSC, their shuttle buses that you had to pay for to get into some of the ports or to the towns or cities were a lot more expensive.
Yes.
So they are, even if you didn't have the select fare, they're probably very reasonably priced.
Yeah. And then one other thing, but it's not available on all the ships with select fare, you get what they call club dining, which is you can select a set time in your NDRs, but that isn't available on the arvia. Maybe on the Iona as well.
Yeah.
Not sure about that one. And then lastly, you've got P&O's loyalty program, which is called the Peninsula Club.
So I know that a lot of people that cruise with P&O are very, very loyal to P&O, and they cruise with them many times. We spoke to a lot of people on board P&O cruise ships that only cruise with P&O. So it's good that they've got a benefit system available, really, that, you know, you're going to earn more things the more times that you cruise with them.
Yeah.
So you'll automatically join the Peninsula Club after spending a total of 50 nights on board any of the P&O cruise ships. So there are 6 tiers altogether. So you've got the Pacific, the Atlantic, the Mediterranean, Caribbean, Baltic, and the Liguerian.
Yeah, we're saying
Liguerian tier. That's the top one anyway. You've probably got live on a P&O cruise ship for about 10 years to be in that one, but
yeah, is that the top one? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh right, I didn't even know what order they were in. But
that was in order from
lowest to highest.
Lowest to highest.
Right. Okay. So your points never expire.
No.
Which is a good thing, because if you build them up to that top level and then you get a bit bored of cruising for a couple of years, you're not going to go down the tiers and you'll lose your benefits. So that's a bonus, really, if you're spending all your money with them.
I was going to just say we like listening on formal night. Every P&O cruise ship we've done, they always announce.
The captain does.
Yeah, the captain announces which passenger has sailed with P&O for the most amount of time and which group they are in. And I can't remember what he ever said.
The one we just were on the RV, he said, and we were astounded, it worked out they'd spent over 3 years on board
P&O. 3.5 years.
3.5 years, that was it.
3.5 years.
Obviously not one go. That's over there for their lifetime. But so when you work it out per days, you know, it's over 1,000 days on board P&O alone. It's a long time.
So every member of your cruise party as well can accumulate the points. So that also includes children.
Yes, that's a bit of a bonus, really, because if you start them young and they carry on till they're old, they'll get loads, won't they?
They'll get loads.
But yeah, your benefits, the higher up you go, you get more percentage off different things, stuff like that. But they range from onboard spend discounts in the shops, you get some shore excursion credits and bits like that, or discounts. I believe you get spa treatments. If you're high up, I think you might get one for free, and then time in the spa. There's loads of different ones.
I think as well, because we reached a certain level.
We reached the first one now,
we reached the first one. I think we had a slip one time in the door that said, meet us in the atrium at this bar and you can have like a welcome back on board drink or something like that. I don't think we ended up going to it because we were busy.
No.
But it's just like nice little touches like that.
Yeah.
I suppose the higher up you get, you'd maybe all meet in one of the bars and you could like discuss cruising with each other.
I think you get priority boarding onto the ship once you get to a certain level.
Priority booking as well, I believe, when they release new like cruise itineraries out on ships.
And then I believe you get a travel insurance discount as well once you get to a certain tier. So all things to save you a bit of money in the long run.
Yeah, I think it's just nice to have, you know, the longer and loyal you are with a cruise line, then why not get all these benefits? So it's good that they recognise that, you know, you are loyal to them and that you like cruising with them and they're willing to give you this stuff. So yeah, like we said, I don't think any cruise line is 100% perfect.
Oh no.
Is anything? Is anybody? We're not. But yeah, I think there's just some of the reasons there why to cruise with P&O, because like we said, we'd also done one because we'd done 3 cruises with MSC. Sometimes forums and websites, or sometimes show all the negative stuff. And, you know, why not do a video about the positive things for once.
Because especially, like say, people go on these Facebook forums, and when we speak to people on the cruises, they'll go, "Oh, we read this, and this put us off, but once we were on here, it wasn't like that at all." So I believe if one person can have a bad experience, it could spread a bad word about things. So don't always listen to what you hear. You might not agree with us, so you might not want to listen to us. These are just our thoughts.
And if you've watched all our videos we've ever vlogged when we've done on a P&O ship, there's points there we might not have liked, do you know what I mean? But on the whole, you know, those cruise ships, the arvia was jam-packed when we were on it, so people are cruising with them for a reason, aren't they? So
exactly.
That was some of the reasons why.
Yes. Yeah, there's plenty of other P&O videos that we've done. Like I said, we've done the arvia, the Iona and the Britannia now, so if you're interested in any of those, all of those, go back and watch them. As you're watching this, we will be on the NCL Prima. We've done MSC, we've done Princess, we'd like to do Royal Caribbean eventually.
Yeah.
We'll like try more, why not?
Why not?
But yeah, if you've got any other little comments you want to leave down below about P&O, what you like, what you don't like, leave it down in the comments. Might help somebody else along the way.
Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It's all your personal opinion, like this is ours.
It's all your own money you're spending, so you can say what you want. Let's put it that way. But yeah, while you're down there, hit that subscribe button, give us a like while you're at it. But that's it, end of the video.
End of the video.
End of the video. So as always, thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.